GBCC or Global Buddhist Community Colorado, and why this organization is inevitable for the Buddhist community in United States, in the state of Colorado. So I have prepared the details that I had and all of my friends that we had experiences, we had some knowledge, and we had some kind of history behind it. So I have tried with the support of my friends, those who already committed to provide this social service to our community people and help them to integrate with the ethnic communities in and around Colorado. So I'm going to just read out this speech that is written in English. Global Buddhist Community Colorado, abbreviated as GBCC, is a non-profit organization established in the state of Colorado in August 2010. It is a common platform for each and every individual of Buddhist community in and around Colorado and honors every individual of all other ethnic communities and organizations. The history and reason behind the establishment of GBCC is quite different and sensitive to the real life situation. Indeed, all the Buddhist population resettled in various nations around the globe were evicted in the early 90s from Bhutan. It is all due to ethnic and political controversy. Government headed by the Royal King Jigme Wangchuk imposed laws and orders that were beyond the limit of international human rights. The Nepali people living in southern part of Bhutan consist of majority of population. They were restricted to practice cultural and traditional activities. In addition to it, language was restricted to practice and curriculum designed in Nepali for the student was banned. Population was mentally victimized, as a result of which general public raised the voice and demanded the real democracy and human rights in Bhutan. Instead, government imposed autocratic orders and people started getting arrested with no reasons and good cause. The extremity of giving torture at once went up and majority of population started fleeing the country. People started residing in eastern part of Nepal at the beginning of 1990. People were dying of hunger and started struggling for the survival. Some of the community leaders appealed to NGOs, INGOs and Nepal government for formal establishment of camp for evicted Nepali-speaking people from Bhutan. They also appealed to national and international organizations such as UNHCR, WFP, LWF, and the Nepal government to support and help on humanitarian ground for the rescuation of victimized lives of Nepali-speaking people. Then after people started living out their normal life, still people were not allowed to practice the real democracy and human rights. They were circumscribed as refugees. People kept on fighting against monopolistic and autocratic government of Bhutan. Multiple attempts were made by Buddhist refugees for repatriation, but were unsuccessful. Buddhist refugees were compelled to pass out their pathetic lives for 20 years in camp. Intellectuals and community leaders urged for durable solution to all NGOs, INGOs at international level and asked for third country resettlement. Eventually, Buddhist refugees got succeed and started getting resettled in 8 different nations such as USA, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Denmark, Norway, Netherlands and UK. Since 2008 formally, Since then, some population of Bhutanese refugees also started getting resettled in and around Colorado. At the beginning of resettlement process in the state of Colorado, Bhutanese refugees had to face a lot of challenges and overcome many life-threatening situations. Bhutanese people were attacked by strangers from the rear side. They were looted by thugs on the streets. People were injured. Environment was spellbound. Extremity of violent activities targeting Bhutanese refugees went up. By then, some of our intellectuals and community members headed up with concerned issues. They started navigating resolution of the issues, getting connected with the local and ethnic communities organization in the state of Colorado. Navigation and research made on the concerned issues were not found effective unless we get united and pushing out the community through education and networking. Necessity was felt to form a group and start getting together for bringing out the issues going on in the discussion and to figure out the appropriate resolution. Since then, group of around 20 community members was formed and started studying the details of issues and difficulties faced by the community people. Eventually, the group and some of the community leaders stepped to the conclusion that Bhutanese community needs to form social organization which brings all the community people on a common stream. As a result, Global Bhutanese Community Colorado Incorporation was formed at the end of 2009. Bylaws was drafted and organization was led by the group through consensus of collective leadership. At the middle of 2010, that is on August 16, organization was formally uploaded in the system in the state of Colorado and got registration with good standing position. The reasons behind its establishments are generalized as follows. Number one, to unite and bring community people in a common platform. Number two, to address the issues and help find the resources for the community people. To educate people through advocacy and networking and help them getting integration with local and ethnic communities in and around Colorado. To disseminate the general information about safety and living in Colorado and encourage them for getting the status of self-sufficiency. So apart from these generalized objectives, the mission, vision, specific objectives, short-term and long-term goals are clearly drafted in the bylaws of the organization. Thanks very much.
धन्यवाद। यहाँहरूकै सहयोग, यहाँहरूकै समर्थन र यहाँहरूकै प्रेरणाद्वारा हामीले जे जति अनुभवहरू आदान प्रदान गरेका थियौँ त्यसैका आधारमा मैले समग्रमा GBCC को आवश्यकता र कसरी स्थापना भयो भन्ने बारे यहाँहरूलाई अङ्ग्रेजीमा जानकारी गराइसकेँ र हाम्रा कतिपय मातापिता दाजुभाइ दिदीबहिनीहरूलाई बुझ्न कठिनाइ भएको अवश्य नै छ, तर यहाँहरू चिन्ता नगर्नुहोस्। अब मेरा सहकर्मी भाइ गंगा उप्रेती आजका जुन उद्घोषक हुनुहुन्छ उहाँले नेपाली भाषामा सरसर्ती यिनै अङ्ग्रेजीका शब्दहरूलाई भाव प्रदान गर्ने किसिमले उहाँ आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ। गंगा उप्रेती।